Dave Essex from Stake Your Claim, coming to you from beautiful Palm Desert, California, where the sun always shines. You know, back in the 1930s, during the economic depression, stores acted a lot different than they do today. In fact, people, store owners, acted a lot different as well. Even though times were very tough, people would get out there and help each other. And I want to relate a story to you that kind of explains just how this went. You see, because of the economic depression, many of the stores didn't stock overage, and when they needed to fill their shelves, perhaps they had a client that would want something and they just didn't have it readily on hand, they would send what they call runners to their neighboring stores to kind of get the item and then bring it back so they could make the sale. And in this particular situation, a young lad by the name of Charlie Parker, who was a runner for this one mercantile store, was always seen hustling. He would invariably just run out here and run over there, and whatever he did it with zest and zeal, and always constantly running. And one day he ran across the street to the neighboring store and said, "Mr. Anderson, I need 6 cans of tomatoes. Can you help us out, please?" And Mr. Anderson looked at him and said, "Sure, Charlie, you know where they are. Go and help yourself." And the lad quickly ran to the aisles, picked up his 6 cans, ran back to the counter where Mr. Anderson waited, laid the material on the shelf and signed the slip for what he had taken, and quickly picked them up and hustled on out the store, dashed back to his store and gave it to his boss. At one particular time, another customer in store B saw this and went over to Mr. Anderson and said, "Who is that young man? I so often see him running here and running there, just always seems to be running." And Mr. Anderson quite profoundly said, "Well, that's Charlie Parker, and he's working very hard to get his raise." And the customer looked at Mr. Anderson and says, "Well, how do you know he's looking for a raise?" And he said, "Well, you see, he's going to get that raise, sir, for 2 reasons. One, he's always hustling. And number 2, if his boss doesn't give him one, I will." And the point of the story today is simply this. If you do more than what you're being paid for, you will soon receive more for what it is you do. So all I can suggest to you is work your best, go the extra mile, do what it takes to get the job done, and you'll find that not only will people gravitate to you and take notice of what it is that you are doing, but they'll definitely want to be with you, be in your network, be with your team, and invariably throw their credit cards and their debit cards at your feet. Because everybody likes to work with what I call a Charlie hustle. And that's exactly what Charlie Parker was, as he ran here, ran there, dashed all over town to get things happening. So that's the message for today. Again, if you like the story, please like, share, and comment. And if you'd like to know more about me, you can always hit me up on Facebook or contact me at stakeyourclaim@aol.com. And if you'd really like to be with me, become part of my 7-Day to Profit group formula by clicking on the link below. We'll walk together and run together and get the job done together. So until next time, Dave Essex from Palm Desert, California, wishing you a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye now.